Hi FlossTube, my name is Anna and welcome to my channel Alchemist Stitcher. Today is Friday, December 5th, and I have a chance to sit down and film another FlossTube update for you all. I think it has been about 3 weeks or so since the last time I posted my FlossTube update. So I think that was FlossTube number 17. So today's FlossTube number 18. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And thanks for all of the new subscribers. I have reached my goal of 2,000 subscribers recently. So thank you everybody who had clicked the subscribe button. Thanks for following my journey. And as promised, there will be a giveaway at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. And then I'm trying to keep this video short, so try not to talk too much. So I have 7 whips to show you today. 6 are updates and 1 is a new start. And then we'll just do the giveaway at the end, and then we'll try to keep it short. So if anybody is doing FlossTube Frenzy and has me as their FlossTuber, just to recap, there's 2 milestones and 1 new start for those who are making FlossTube Frenzy more complicated and adding extra stitches for, other things that FlossTubers might bring up. Actually, and then for those of you who don't know, FlossTuber Frenzy is a stitching game where you can pick the FlossTubers that you like watching the most, or want to, always follow their journey. And then every time they post a video, you can stitch a certain number of stitches. When I'm doing it, I have 12 FlossTubers that I picked out, and I'm stitching at least 200 stitches for every video. I'm trying to keep it simple. I just want to touch a little bit of some of my projects that I normally don't make as much progress on, so it kind of helps me keep a good rotation with my projects. And some people are taking it to the next level where they pick way more FlossTubers, and then they're stitching extra for new starts or finishes or milestones. So you can, if you're playing this game, you can make it suit your needs. It's very customizable, of course, but it definitely has been fun. Also, that reminds me, let me try this. Carla from Carla's Stitching Journey, she does extra stitches if you show your pet. And I haven't shown my pets in a while, but I have 2 cats and a dog and a snake. So if I show my pet, she'll have to do extra stitches on my on the project that she assigned to me. So I'm gonna do this just for Carla. Give me a second. I don't know if it's gonna work, but Rosie, come here. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I have something to show you all. This is Rosie. She is my little dachshund, or not so little. And she's about 10 years old. She's our first baby. So I don't think I've ever shown her on my channel. But yeah, here she is. I had to wake her up. She's an older dog, so all she likes to do is lay around and keep herself warm under a blanket. Huh, Rosie? That's basically her favorite activity, isn't it? Oh yeah. This is for Carla. Okay. I know, baby girl. Yeah. I don't have a treat for you. You want a treat? Okay. She wants a treat. I'll be back. Now let's get to the whips. So first, I always try to start with my focus piece, which is currently With Your Cats charted by Geckorouge, and the artist is Jay Parks. And this is based on the show The Witcher. And I'm stitching this for my son. So I try to do 100 stitches a day on this piece, but because of I've kind of prioritized other things in the last few weeks, so I did not make as much progress on this as I needed to, but we still moved in the right direction. So I have put down 1,485 stitches since the last time you guys saw this one. So now this is at 10.82%. So I actually reached a milestone of 10% on this one. So I'm excited about that. And this cat's face is completely done. And now I'm just gonna try to fill in this background. I think I'm gonna go up this way first and then probably move across is what I'm thinking. Because if I move across, I'll get to stitch the next cat's face right after that. So that should be fun. But I'm also not looking forward to it because it's going to be a lot of whites and light grays. But it'll still be fun. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'll try to make a lot more progress on it soon. Next, oh, I dropped one. Okay. Next is Blueberry J. I actually don't have a picture of this one printed out, so I have to find the file. Okay, and then the artist is Jessica Doisy, or charted by Jessica Doisy. So this is how it would look like when it's all done. It's not a full coverage. It's one of those rare projects that I have that are not full coverage. But I just pulled it out a couple times and I've added 279 stitches. So now this is at 1,577 stitches total, and it's at 13.34%. And I don't even remember what fabric this is on. Scotsman 32 count Lugana. So 2/2 on 32 count Lugana. I love working on this project. It's very different from all the other projects I work on, but the big crosses are pretty fun. That one I just pulled out. I just felt like working on it. It wasn't really assigned to anybody, but I'm gonna try to make a little bit of progress every time on this one. Okay, next one is the one I've been focusing on the most because I promised myself that if I can get to 10% on this project, then I can have a new start. And I was able to reach my goal. So this is the Pumpkin Spice Cottage, charted by Geckorouge. Artist is Kate Brazier. It's one of my favorite artists from Geckorouge. I think I have like 4 or 5 projects at this point. But I'm stitching this with Kara from Kara Kirsch Podcast. We started this together, and both her and I have reached 10% on this one. She's starting it on this corner, and she kind of stitched this piece right here and part of the house. So if you're curious to see her progress, check out her videos. And then I'm just doing this corner. So to get to the 10%, I've added 4,945 stitches. So almost 5,000 stitches added. So now this is at 10.01%. And I'm doing this on 25 count Lugana. 101 full cross. And it was a lot. I think it took me basically a week of stitching, mostly just on this project. I just tried to focus on this one as much as I could and try to put as many stitches. The progress is slow in this area because there's still a lot of confetti stitching. But I'm excited. I finally reached the 10% mark. I think once I go up, I think my plan is to finish stitching like this area and then go up. So I'm hoping once I get into the trees right here, the trees, I feel like it's not as many colors and it's not going to be as confetti heavy, and then this sky is going to be quicker, and the moon is all one color. So that's going to be pretty exciting once I get there. I think it's going to go pretty quickly. But I just have to struggle through this area, although obviously this is like my favorite part of this chart, is all of these colors coming together. So it's kind of, I mean, we're using hashtag Gecko Waiting for Fall, Kara and I, since this is like a fall vibes, but it kind of has winter vibes too. Anyways, I really really love this project, but the confetti portion was kind of hard to get through. And I promised myself that if I reach 10% on this, I can have a new start. So I'm gonna show you my new start at the end, because I, was able to do that. Okay, next is Hatter. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, this project is assigned on a FlossTuber frenzy to Kara, obviously, because her and I are working on this together. Kara has posted at least 3 or 4 new videos recently, and a couple of those videos are from about Cross Stitch Saga. One is how to convert PDF charts that you have to a format that's compatible with Cross Stitch Saga, and the second video is how Kara uses Cross Stitch Saga, and just kind of goes over all of the different features that app offers. So I highly recommend watching her videos, because I absolutely love Cross Stitch Saga app. I think it's has a lot more features than Pattern Keeper, and it's compatible with iPad. So I've been trying to convert as many charts as I can to Cross Stitch Saga app. So highly recommend checking out Kara's video. I'll link her in my video description below if you haven't seen those videos already. Okay, so next was Hatter, also Geckorouge, and the artist's Omri Koresh. This one is on my FlossTube Frenzy game, and assigned to Dopamine Stitcher, Natasha from Dopamine Stitcher channel, because it's a very colorful chart, and Natasha has most of her whips are very, very colorful whips. So it just felt appropriate to assign this one. She did post a video recently, so I have added 273 stitches. Just kind of think I worked in this area right here. So now this is at 6.66%. And it's a 25 count 1/1 full cross. My favorite, at this point I know it's my favorite count to work on. Next is Hydrangea. Again, Geckorouge, charted by Geckorouge. Artist is Katie Day. And this project is assigned to Kelsey from stitchandchill. And Kelsey had posted a video. So I've added 231 stitches. So I've reached my 200 stitch goal. And now this is at 5.19%, or 8,124 stitches. But I think I'm still behind. I'm a little bit behind on my FlossTuber Frenzy to-do list. I think Kelsey posted another video. So I think I still owe at least another 200 stitches on this one for another video on the stitchandchill channel. So I'm going to add more, Kelsey. But it's definitely been fun to pull out these projects and just add a little bit at a time, and eventually it adds up to significant progress. Okay, next is Sweet Summertime. It's not a Geckorouge for once. Artist is Andrea Lavery, and then charted by Contemporary Cross. This is a pretty big chart in my book. It's 250,000 total stitches. And this one is assigned to Ebony from In Stitches with Ebony channel, because she has this chart as well. And I have added, sorry, I accidentally stopped the video. I'll have to edit that out. Okay, so on this chart, on Sweet Summertime, I have added 1,046 stitches. So now this is at 7,479 stitches total, which is 2.99%. So I'm a few stitches away from reaching 3% on this one. I think I say this every time I pull this one out, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And it's 25 count, 1/1 full cross. Okay. I feel like that went pretty quickly. Next is my new start. And it's a new start and a new restart, and I'm gonna show you both. So what I don't have this one printed, so I have to show you. What I really was trying to start in December was another Geckorouge chart. This one was available on Geckorouge Patreon, Gecko Ami, whatever. Yeah, I guess it was available about a month ago. And it's also a Kate Brazier chart. Kate Brazier is the artist, so it's kind of similar to Pumpkin Spice Cottage, obviously similar style. But I just love this chart so much, and I love the Christmas tree. I love the blue colors. I love the house. So this is good, like kind of like my December wintry chart or whip that I wanted to have. And I wanted to make as much progress as I could on this in December, because I don't think I'll be pulling this out a lot when the new year starts. So I have to be in the right mood. So I wanted to get to 10% on Pumpkin Spice Cottage because I couldn't justify adding another whip from the same artist if I at least didn't have some sort of progress on the first one. Anyways, long story short. And I started this chart in the middle. So keep that in mind. The very middle, which ends up being this tree right here, this area of this tree, and like next to this house. And total stitch count is like 103,000 or something like that. So it's not that big of a chart. And I thought that I'll be fancy and I'll make this on an opalescent 28 count Lugana that I have from Live and Die LA. This color is Standing Stones. I mean, it's a very beautiful fabric, so I thought, oh, maybe the sparkles will show through when I'm done stitching it and they'll be fun. But to be honest, I put in a little bit over 200 stitches in this, and I was not loving the process. Oh, there we go. I found the sparkles to be pretty distracting when trying to count, and I stitch with I stitch a lot at night with a lamp, and it just reflects a lot of light. I feel like right now in more natural lighting it's not as bad, but when I stitch at night it was pretty distracting. Then it's not gridded, so obviously you have to do a lot more counting. 28 count was smaller, it's harder to count without it being pre-gridded. So I was just kind of not enjoying the process, and I decided I'm not gonna go any further with this. I will just rip this out and use this fabric for something else. So I ended up restarting on good old 25 count pre-gridded Lugana. And this is my last piece of Lugana that I had in my stash. Let's go this way. So I need to buy more if I want to start more projects. But I restarted this. So now this has 345 stitches so far. I only started this last night, so most of the progress, I put like a few stitches this morning, but most of this progress was just from last night. And I only had like an hour to stitch. I was pretty tired, so I didn't make that much progress. So 345 stitches gets me at 0.29%. But what a difference stitching this on 25 count pre-gridded Lugana. I was able to do all of these, like, I usually take one strand of floss and then I go wherever I can with just that one strand. So it was so easy to get these, extra stitches that were somewhat close, but would have been super hard to count correctly on 28 count non-gridded Lugana. So this was super easy to know exactly where it's supposed to be. And it just went so much faster. And 25 count versus 28 still doesn't sound like much of a difference, but it is a big difference in my book. So it's still so much easier to see. The end piece will be a little bit bigger. And I'm so much happier now that I've restarted this. I think that was definitely the right decision for me. So I'm just sharing this in case anybody else is thinking about doing a full coverage on an opalescent fabric that's not gridded. It was not my favorite. Okay, this is it in terms of all of my whips that I have worked on the last few weeks. I have I have like a list of 3 FlossTubers that I still need to catch up on for my FlossTuber frenzy. Crafting Gaming Jamie, I have Witcher piece, The Witcher, assigned to her, and she's been posting a lot of videos. So I think at this point, I'm behind 3 or 4 videos. I have to double check and count. So I need to make at least 600 stitches on The Witcher. Hydrangea, I still need to add a couple hundred more for Kelsey. And then Jubilee, getting ready for the Jubilee, another Geckorouge kit, is assigned to Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Jessie Marie just recently posted a 2-hour-long video. Maybe 2-hour-long videos need to count as 2 videos, and I need to add 400 stitches at least on that one. So yeah, so I need to add to that, but for the most part, I'm gonna continue to make slow and steady progress on my Witcher cat. I think in December, I want to put a lot more progress on Snowman Cottage. And yeah, just trying to have fun and not stress too much about certain goals or what to do. But yeah, cross stitching is still a hobby. It's not a race. So that'll be fun. Okay, so now we got to the giveaway portion of this video. I mentioned in my last video that if I reach 2,000 subscribers, then I will do a Geckorouge giveaway. And here we are. And we have over 2,000 subscribers. And I would like to give $100 British pound gift card to Geckorouge. I feel like that's an amount that if somebody wants to purchase a kit, if it's not too huge of a kit, it would cover most of that cost for that kit. I know shipping to other countries is, extra charge, but at least there'll be a decent down payment towards a kit. I absolutely love Geckorouge, as you can tell from over my whips. I love how easy it is to just get the kit and get started working on whatever project you picked out. I think they're just an amazing company. And I realize that not everybody has the means to purchase and enjoy Geckorouge kits. So I would like to share that with one person who's going to be a lucky winner. So please add a comment in this video with the word snowman if you want to participate in the giveaway. All one word, snowman, since Snowman Cottage is my latest whip. I don't know. I couldn't think of a better word. You have to be at least over 18 years old. I think you can live anywhere. I'm just gonna need your email address so I can send you the gift card. Do not use the word giveaway in the comments or anywhere else in this video because it will attract bots. I've learned that the very hard way the very first time I did the giveaway on my channel. Because if you use the word giveaway, then bots find your comments and then they might be asking you to provide, they can pretend to be me, create an account that uses my picture and seems very much like Alchemist Stitcher channel, and they might be messaging you and asking you for personal information like your address. So please don't. I'm hoping bots are not going to come to this video, but if they do, please do not be very careful to not respond to anybody who is not me. I'm going to keep this open since it's a bigger giveaway. I'm going to keep it open for a couple of weeks. So I will count all of the entries that have been made by the end of Friday, December 19th. And then I'll try to announce the winner on the following day, or at least that weekend. I can't promise exactly when, but I'll try to do it on the 20th. But don't hold me accountable to that. I'm not sure. It's going to be close to Christmas, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to be happening with all of the family events and preparations for Christmas. Yeah, I hope yeah, I hope whoever wins this will appreciate the kid. And I also kind of want to know which kid they end up picking out. So if you end up being the winner, I'll ask you to reach out to me on Instagram via messaging. And if you don't have Instagram, we'll figure it out. I'll probably give you my email address so that you can email me, and then I'll make sure to send you a gift card. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for everybody who is continuing to follow my journey. I really appreciate you all. I really enjoy having a FlossTube channel. Never thought that I'll end up being a YouTuber. I'm usually very private and don't like, posting my things on social media, but it has definitely been a different experience as a cross stitcher, and it's been a lot of fun sharing my projects with y'all. So I really appreciate y'all watching this and following along my journey. And I'll see you next time. Bye.